County Dublin. And you saw there the Ulster University captain go off left, and now he's come back in. That is Ryan McGill from Burren and County Down. In fact, both captains are the number 6s. The captain for UCC is Damien Burke, and he is from Naneel in Kerry. And he was on the team that won the Sigerson Cup last year. In fact, 5 starters from then, or 5 starters from then are also playing tonight. So a bit of continuity there, and 4 guys who came on as subs in the final last year as well. But maybe it's easier to win it the first time. Is it harder to win it the second time? We will find out. Of course, they will have a back door. Both teams will have a back door. Yep. But this will not be something that they will be thinking about at all. One game already today, and it's very linked to this one. So ATU Galway played UCD, and UCD won it 122-15, which means that UCD will play the winners of this game tonight, and the losers, ATU Galway, will play the losers of this game in round 2 next week. There is the Ulster University team managed by Barry Dillon. Rory Canavan at number 15. His brother is at number 27. That's Dara, both from Errigal Kieran, sons of Peter Canavan, who we expect to turn up here before the end of the game. So 6 from Tyrone, 3 from Derry, 2 down, 1 Donegal, that's the goalkeeper Ronan McGeehan, and 1 Monaghan from Trua Gales, that is Ronan Boyle, 1 for Mana, that is Josh Largo Ellis from Irvinstown, and 1 Armagh as well. And that is the Carrickcruppen man who is at midfield number 8, Jack Cunningham. So Peter Rogue McCartan is also from Errigal Kieran at number 7, and Conor Cush is also the son of a famous father, Adrian Cush. He's the vice captain of the team from Donaghmore at number 12. That's Ulster University. UCC, of course, managed by Billy Morgan. 79 next month, would you believe? He's 50 years older than some of these lads, but he's been there for 14 years now, and he's won 3, or is it 4 actually, since 2009 or so when he took over. But anyway, looking at the team, Dylan Foley, of course, the penalty king hero from last year. Bill Curtin came on as he started last year in the final actually. He's at number 2 there. Came forward to score a great point against St Mary's. We're nearly ready to start here actually, so I'll keep an eye on that while I'm still giving you the team details. Cathal O'Bugla is from Anguiltock, and he was played in the Fresher final last year, so he's come through. Fionn Hurley, of course, Cork senior, from the Sam Maguires and Doheny's in Donamanaway, and Dara Hayes at full forward is also a class act from Carbery Rangers in Cork. And watch out for the only tip man, number 15, Shawnee O'Connor from Clonmel Commercials, as we get underway here at Abbotstown. And of course it's UCC in the familiar red and black, the skull and crossbones, against Ulster University, previously known as Jordanstown because that's the area that they're based in, just outside Belfast, but known these days as Ulster University in the white. An injury right away though. This game billed as the tie of the round. Let's see if it lives up to that. We had a great game last night, of course. In fact, 2 interesting games last night. Queen's beating DCU. And the other game was also very interesting. TU Dublin beating University of Galway, who are the league champions. And they beat Ulster University here in a game that we streamed just last month in the league final. But it just shows you how tight it is. And UCC know all about that. Last year they had 6 games to win the Sigerson. They lost their very first game to UL. Came back and beat them in the final after extra time, and in between they had a couple of penalty shootouts, and I think they only won 2 games in regulation time out of that 6, so that shows you how tight the competition is. Ulster University trying to clear their lines to get as far as their captain McGill. 12 is Conor Cush. They feed it through Charlie Diamond from Balahi out to that far side now. To catch that number, it's 15, isn't it? Of course, it's Rory Canavan. I recognise the steps and the way that he was running. Comes back out again. Well, he fancied it from there. Has it dig actually, and he's got plenty of height. Has he got it over though? No, it's gone to the left, and it has indeed gone wide. I think I saw a number 20 out there for UCC as well, so they must have made a late change to the starting lineup that they sent through earlier today. Whatever has happened late in the day, or a tactical switch, don't know, but I think I saw number 20 out there for UCC, and that would be Neil Lorden from Ballinora in Cork. There was to be 7 Cork and 7 Kerry and 1 tip, That's changed the balance a little bit, I imagine, unless it's a Cork man he took over from now. Has that just gone inside the post? I think it has, and indeed that's a nice score by Niall Loughlin from Greenlock and Derry. And that is 1-0 and really nicely taken. Good movement, and the UCC defence will be a little bit concerned. That was a little bit easy, not too much pressure on him in putting that one over the bar. So one score after a couple of minutes. And it goes to the northern team. Of course, they're meeting halfway or so between Belfast and Cork. Fine facility here at the National Sports Centre. It's a good ball played in from Cathal O'Bugla. And this is Fionn Herlihy, the Cork senior. Ball spills. Ulster University look to have cleared their lines. Look at the pressure that they're putting on. 3 players there. And eventually the decision goes for Ulster University. He'll be happy with that turnover, and now all the way back in defence is Charlie Diamond again, the number 11. Josh Largo Ellis is 5, he's available. 15 is indeed Rory Canavan. I'm looking around to see the numbers. There's a line across the back of the Ulster University jerseys that makes it a little bit tricky, especially when they're way over on that far side. That is Danny Fullerton getting it up to Largo Ellis. He's got well forward here, but he's up against a lot of red jerseys, so this is nicely worked. This is great play by Ulster University actually, but are they going to run out of room? That's Peter Ogue McCartan. Yeah, they do indeed filter it out. At least they've kept possession. They haven't been caught in possession, and they'll start again. So McGill has Dara Curran from Loch McCrory in County Tyrone. This is Charlie Diamond again. This is nicely worked to Cush, and always a man off the shoulder, and this time it's Largo Ellis, but his kick is going to the right and it's gone wide. But good movement from Ulster University. They always seem to have a man running at exactly the right time. And that's one of the ways that you beat the blanket defence. So yeah, decent crowd here at the game, including the GAA president Larry McCarthy, of course a Cork man. He's here to watch the game. Good to see him supporting higher education GAA early in January, the first week of the Electric Ireland 2024 Sigerson Cup, the second night. There's one more night. There was one last night and there's one tomorrow night, and it's an interesting one because ATU Sligo play St Mary's Belfast at Queen's in Belfast. That's beautifully struck and all the way over the bar as well. Well, scores will be at a premium, I would imagine, and Conor Cush put that over beautifully from a 45, and that sort of ability is worth its weight in gold in these kind of games. So 2-0 for Ulster University. Good start by them 5 minutes in. UCC haven't really got anywhere near the goal at the other end, and Ulster University have 13 behind the ball at the minute. This is Bill Curtin, number 2. This is good. Fionn Herlihy there. He'll be at the centre of most of it. It's that their first score should be off his left foot, and he has indeed got it inside the post. Nice movement again, and similar to the other end, a couple of nice switches and diagonal runs off the shoulder, and it resulted in a nice finish as well, and that is 2-1. 6 minutes gone. McGeehan from St Eunan's and Letterkenny looks to go short, and does go short. Thought about it, trusted his captain, and to work it out through the hands, but the pressure being exerted by Shawnee O'Connor, he still managed to get out. This is Ben McCarran from the Steelstown Club in Derry City. Charlie Diamond from Balahi in County Derry. And that has gone all the way back behind Peter Ogue McCartan. And UCC won't really chase that. They'll wait for them to come up. I will be checking the comments on the live chat on the YouTube channel as I can, but only when there's a stoppage in play, and there isn't at the moment. This is Killian Falvey, Kerry man at number 12. Involved last year, of course. And here he is again. The captain Burke involved, and now Herlihy again. He seems to be involved every time the ball goes forward. This is Dara Hayes from Carbery Rangers in Cork, and as he swung that over, he has, and this is a great response by the college. 2 points down, and within a couple of minutes they put over a couple of really nice scores from play. Little shimmy a la Sean Kavanagh, and puts it over the black spot, and it's 2-2. McGeehan goes long because he spots a run, and that is a pinpoint kick out right into the path of the number 13 Danny Fullerton from Carrickmore in Tyrone. And there's a direct ball, 2 direct kicks to go up the pitch, but it wasn't an accurate one, way out into the corner, and the other goalkeeper will just let that run. That's Dylan Foley to Owen O'Sullivan from the Legion Club in Killarney. This is Curtin. He's from Kilshannig in Cork. Mark Cooper, Dr. Crooks. UCC looking to get into the lead now. Ulster University have a player just sitting on the edge of the, well, between the 14 and the 21. They'll be wary of the way UCC have swung over a couple of points quite effortlessly. They've been able to slice through them and take those scores quite well. We come all the way back now, though, to Jeremy Phelan from Ahada. Wonder is he related to Roisin Phelan, the Cork All-Ireland winner? Did she win an All-Ireland? I'm just trying to think now. I think she did. She came in at the end, sort of that great Cork team. 10 All-Irelands in 11 years. The rain is now coming down rather heavily here in Abbotstown. I thought it had died down after a little bit of rain this afternoon, but it's quite heavy out there, and it's going from left to right as our UCC. In fact, the crowd at the front of the stand are making their way now to the back of the stand. They're all coming up to join me. They're all sheltering from the rain. We've a little communications device here, and I'm hoping that they don't knock it over when they're climbing over the fences or over the stairs, but I think we're okay. So it's Ulster University playing into that driving rain. So uncomfortable one for the players, and of course extremely chilly, as everyone in the country is aware. Diamond available again, playing number 11, but playing more in the number 6 role, very deep for Ulster University. At the start of most of the attacks, this is McGill, and is he going to keep that in? He's going to have to keep that in, and he does. This is Ben McCarran. Slow, looking for a little bit of movement, looking for a chink in the armour or somewhere they can just slice through the middle. 2 points in the first 5 minutes, then 2 points for UCC. So after exactly 10 minutes, we're level. Peter Rogue McCartan, his dad was at the league final, probably here tonight from Errigal Kieran. This is Diamond again. Still quite deep when he slips there, and that's understandable with the rain that's coming down. And the movement there was from McCarran, and then the kick come in, and it's gone to the left, and it's gone wide. Well, Paul Kelly is rubbing it in. He says he's watching, and it's really enjoyable in front of a nice warm fire to watch the game. It's definitely not warm here, but it's good to be here. And it's good to be able to bring you the Sigerson Cup games on live streams. Last night was a great game to be at as well. Great to be out at these games. Owen O'Sullivan gives it inside. Curtin again, the number 2. Involved in a lot of the attacks, sort of around the 45 area and starting them. Then Dara Hayes coming in. Again, they're looking for a way, but not many players in and around the house as such. But this is Shawnee O'Connor, and he gets a shot away. And that is 3 in a row for UCC, and they've all been swung over. And rather expertly as well, really well taken, and they go into the lead. And as I say, the Ulster University defence seem to be doing well at the start, but when forwards start to do that to you, you get a little bit worried about it, how easily they're getting scores and picking them off. But it will certainly encourage the Cork College. Good kick out again from McGeehan, but will the wet on the ball take it away? It doesn't. That's well kept in actually by Jack Cunningham, the number 8 initially, and then Connor Cush, but they're forced to go all the way back. UCC, I can tell you off camera, have a couple of sweepers of their own. Alan Deneen, the number 3, is sitting well around the 45, but it's really Cathal O'Bugla who is the number 9, and he's sitting right in there as the sweeper. So he's dropped in there. Played in the Fresher final last year that UCC lost to DCU down at IT Carlow. And UCC now just sitting in there waiting for the move. And the move comes from Oisin McCann from Killyclahar and Tyrone. This is Conor Cush from Donegal and Tyrone. And there's a ball over the top. It could have been very interesting, but they didn't manage to find Rory Canavan. That was the man they were looking for. If they get him in behind it, of course, they could get an all-important goal. But instead, this is Curtin for UCC, and he's fouled there. Referee gives advantage and then gives the free. So UCC have settled well after the first 5 minutes. 3 points in the last 7 minutes for them. Not that they would have panicked by any means, but a good response nonetheless. They've settled into their game. The number 2, really, Bill Curtin, really is directing affairs, isn't he? Number 2 at the start of all the attacks around that 45, kicking the ball on right and left, and they're going for another one. That's the furthest one out. Has he got that one? Oh, that's a beauty. That's the best one so far. 4 points to 2. Let's have another look at it. That's Falvey, number 12. And they all seem to be really adept at dropping the shoulder, coming inside, and the points have all been really similar. And with a minimum of fuss, a little shimmy, drop of the shoulder, bang, hit the target. 4 excellent scores for UCC. And that is the way to beat the blanket defence that are just sitting in at you, if you can take a score from distance, and that was the furthest distance out so far. This is Jeremy Phelan. Herlihy, he drops inside as well, drops that shoulder and gives it to Falvey. They're beginning to tick now, aren't they? The rain is coming down, and so are UCC. They're coming forward. That's a decent effort from Quilter. Drops a little bit short though, but he fancied it. Off the left foot, just didn't give it enough. From the Austin Stacks club, came on as a sub in the Sigerson final last year that brought the 24th Sigerson title to UCC. Handling is going to be difficult now. This is Niall Loughlin, who got the first score of the game, and they've looked for the direct ball into Canavan, nearly stuck but not quite, and he's chasing it. That's a couple of times they've looked for that ball in behind there to try and get him, and there was one early on, I think as well, now I think about it, but none of them have stuck with Canavan. He's named in the corner, but he seems to be floating in there behind the fullbacks and trying to get in there, but hasn't quite managed to, but they are looking for him. As you can see, the rain is very heavy now. I'm not even sure what way it is going now, but it's come down, is coming down quite heavily here in Dublin. Now the big fellas go up in the middle, and it's the Kerry man who gets it. Broke it down for himself. This is O'Sullivan, another Kerry man. That ball knocked down by Steve Donaghy from the Moy, number 4, but isn't able to keep it away from Quilter, Sean Quilter. He looks for an ambitious ball across the middle, but that's easily taken, and Ulster University might be able to counter here. UCC have plenty of men back, but not quite as many, because a few had committed. So Ben McCarran now has it, but the attack is rather slowed down. And I'm looking to see where the movement is up ahead, and Canavan is there and Loughlin is near the goal area, but they're both been extremely well marked, and then there's a lot of extra men. But hold on, here is a chance for Ulster University, and they have tried to work it through, but they just can't quite manage it. UCC holding firm, and they have done again, but illegally, and that's a free in to Ulster University. Let's have another look exactly at what happened there. Desperate lunges for the ball, and it was that challenge there that drew the free. And Loughlin looks like he wants to take it. He's not going to get taken it. Maybe he was just giving a little bit of advice. Loughlin scored the first point of the game off his left foot, and that would be useful from this kind of angle. But he's not going to get taken it. So this will bring it back to 4-3. First quarter already completed. And 4-3 it is. Just checking your comments online, and already 18 1,800 devices following the game here, which is a terrific audience and great to see and great to be able to bring it to you. That ball's gone all the way through to the sweeper keeper, McGeehan. Oh, and that's a well-directed ball, or at least it looked well-directed, but then it was cut out. And UCC may counter here. This is Herlihy, transfers the ball really quickly. UCC trying to capitalise with Shawnee O'Connor, and he's fouled. The referee tried to give advantage there, but UCC will be happy enough, I think, to get this chance. The wind has really picked up now, and it's going from left to right, which will maybe suit the free taker. So I would imagine the left footer, number 13, Sean Quilter here, will try and drift this one in. He maybe aim for the far post. Kieran Byrne is watching from Cloyne with his 9-year-old Enna, enjoying the coverage, and indeed that has swung over. He didn't aim too far for the far post, didn't need to. Judged it perfectly, Sean Quilter from Austin Stacks, and makes it 5 points to 3. Used the wind perfectly. So those comments on the live chat on the YouTube coverage, thanks for those. I'll keep an eye on those as we're going on. So the goalkeeper McGeehan from St Eunan's and Letterkenny. Horan Lynch, of course, the Derry keeper, was involved, and he's got injured, unfortunately. But McGeehan played very well in the league final, was very impressive, and has got the place, got the nod tonight over Oisin Tracy, who is from the Breda club in Belfast. He's the sub-keeper. But McGeehan was very quick to come out and did really well in the early stages of that league final. Like another defender, the way he came out and commanded his square. Very impressive from St Eunan's and Letterkenny. UCC have got the ball back, and both teams do like to hold on to it for a bit. Nice patient play. This is Falvey. He's from Annascaul, is that the right pronunciation, in County Kerry? This is Phelan. Weaving a few intricate patterns. This is Quilter off that left foot, and he's bombed it in there, and the keeper has to watch this, and it's dropped into the net. Oh, the keeper has misjudged that one, thinking it may be the wind, it might be the rain, but it was a punt into the unknown, and it's ended up in a crucial goal for UCC coming up to the 20th minute of the game on the 45 line. Let's see what happens. And yeah, it was the intervention by Shawnee O'Connor, the only Tipperary man on the field, and he has got a crucial goal from Clonmel Commercials, a sub in the final last year, and I think that's his goal to start the defence. 1-5-3, and now suddenly there is a lot of daylight, and that ball just pumped forward, and they're looking for Loughlin to win it, and he's done brilliantly there, up on his own, but he's got in and he's won it. And that's a great effort of his right foot. Oh, what a response this is. Oh, it just hasn't gone over the bar, but he directed it beautifully. It looked like it was going to go over. He put one over with his left, and that would have been quite a pair if he'd got it over with his right, but hasn't. And it means that Ulster University now find themselves 5 points down. That looked to shake them into life, but instead it's UCC on the attack again, looking for another score. And when you think about it, Ulster University got the first 2 points in the first 5 minutes. Since then, they've been outscored 1-5 to 1 point. I'm looking off camera for you, and the number 7 now, Dermot Phelan, he's the man who's dropped in as a sweeper for UCC, preparing themselves for the Ulster University attack. And as I was saying, number 20, Neil Lorden, is in there as well in defence. And that ball is spilled, and UCC really have a grip in this match at the minute all over the field, and now they're looking to counter, and there's an interesting ball. He's just booted that forward, in the way that it skids off the surface, this actually could result in another goal, because it's gone all the way through to Sean Quilter. He's a man over as well. He might fancy this. He's left footed, he's gone with his right, but the keeper saves really well, but he definitely had goal in his mind, and a second goal there could almost have put things out of sight for Ulster University the way things are going. But a great save by McGeehan, the goalkeeper from St Eunan's and Letterkenny. But you don't see many openings like that at this level of football. But Ulster University were almost caught out there, but they have survived, and after 22 minutes they are just the 5 points down. I think I've worked out here actually who the number 20 came on for, because number 8, Niall Hartnett, I don't see him out there. Might be wrong, but I don't think I've seen him. He's from the Douglas club in Cork City. And of course his brother Brian was on the team that won the Sigerson last year. That was his last game at Sigerson. So a great Heartnet tradition at UCC and Douglas and Cork, hurling and football. But I don't see him out there tonight. I may be corrected on that. Rory Canavan now plays it in. They need something here. It's Loughlin. Oh, and he looks certain to score there. He has. Oh, I thought he'd just put it the wrong side of the post, but he's got the right side of the post. And that I make it a point by him off the left, and another one off the right from Greenlock in County Derry. And that's super scoring to see that off either foot. And boy, did they need a point there. 1-5 to 4. Doesn't look so bad. 4 points in it now. And they've got it again from this kick out. They played it through to McCartan. Can they get another score? They might even get a goal. Never mind a point. Oh, he's lashed it to the net. That's a great finish by Danny Fullerton from Carrickmore. Brilliant reply. Well, they conceded one goal, nearly conceded a second, which would have put them 8 points down, but instead they're now back within a point. This is a great reply, showing great character. Beautifully worked as well. There's no keeper going to stop that. 23 minutes gone. 1-5 to 1-4 in this game has just gone to another level. All came from the kick out, which was rather easily taken by UCC, but this one also was won by them. It's a great catch by Conor Cush. Brilliant leap, and he took it almost side on, and he's given it to Dara Curran. Dara Curran comes forward, and all of a sudden there's more purpose about Ulster University. Last 7 minutes of the half, and look, there's confidence. He fancies it from there. Does he put that over? Oh my goodness, what a score. They've levelled it. My goodness, could have been 8 down, and all of a sudden they're level. That's quite remarkable play. Way out on the right. And that's confidence for you. And I did say that more purpose about them. Now they fancy it, and they'll take a lot of confidence from that. 1-5 to 1-5. 24 minutes gone. And that ball broken and really well taken on the break by Herlihy, and held on to it under severe pressure. Now he gets his free, and he takes it quickly, and the referee allows it. That's great refereeing. Bill Curtin now has come forward, the number 2. He came forward to score a great point against St Mary's in extra time in a crucial game last year that they won after penalties. Nearly got within scoring range again, but instead they've been forced to go back out the field. So full credit to the boys from Ulster. 7 different Ulster counties involved tonight for Ulster University. As I was saying, it can be hard to get a goal. It can be crucial scores in these games, but they got a goal and 2 points in quick succession, and they're right back in this one. Free will be taken again by Quilter. He's done one already, and he's curled that. I think he might have given that not quite enough, and he hasn't. It was a little bit further out, to be fair. This is McGeehan, and his save now seems all the more crucial. I was commending him, and then of course the high ball that went in could have knocked his confidence, but instead he saved the next one. You've got to get on with it when you're a keeper. Oh, that's a nice little ball over the top. Actually, that was Largo Ellis who played it through, and they're looking for the lead now. Surprisingly and remarkably, and it might be Canavan who gets it, who fancies it, his first score of the game, and Rory Canavan has put Ulster University into the lead. As we watch it again, it was Peter Rogue McCartan, 2 men from Errigal Kieran involved, and they have put Ulster University into the lead for the first time since the first 5 minutes of the game, and considering they were 5 down, nearly 8 down, that's a great response. That's well broken down for UCC by Cathal O'Bugla from Anguiltacht. Needed to win that one because Ulster University have got a lot of possession in the last 5-6 minutes or so. UCC now find themselves a point down. Really did not expect that about 5 or 6 minutes ago. So they'll now be looking to get the half time and steady this ship a little bit. Hold on, they might even do more than that. He's got inside and he's going to go for goal. Oh, and he's hit the net all right, but he hit the wrong side of it. It was a really bad angle, but fair play to him for trying for it at least. And he got inside his man. In fact, the referee's coming over here. I wonder what he's looking to have a word about. I think it's a 45, is it? The signal there. Yeah. 45 for UCC. Did mention the 2023 final when they won against UCC for the 24th title. The player of the match was Mark Cronin. Top scorer was Dylan Gainey, or Gainey is it the way they pronounce it down there, and the captain was Jack Murphy, who is watching tonight. He sent a message in and he says that he is the former captain. Yeah, we know that. He says, a pity I can't be out there leading the lads, but hope all is well. UCC Abu. Thank you for that, Jack. Air Rogan Cork. I've also been corrected. Will Smith says Canavan scored the worldie from the side there. Wasn't his first. Oh, yeah, so it was him who got the other one over on that far side. So it's the second of the game. That's where the live chat is great. They can keep an eye on things for me. But that was the one away out on the right. So Canavan must have 2 points then. Wasn't sure who it was. It was far out on the right. But yeah, a couple of great scores from Canavan as we approach half time now. And it's they who lead and it's they who try to come out of defence. This is Diamond. Famous name around the Balahi area in South Derry. To Canavan. To Fullerton from Carrickmore, who got the goal. And what a finish it was. Dangerous forwards on both sets of players, and great to see them expressing that tonight. Some great scores so far. High quality stuff here. And a pat down there, says the referee. Free in. The hands on the player on the ground. So there was me saying that Ulster University had only scored 1 point in about 17 or 18 minutes, and they've come right back. And now they lead 1-6 to 1-5 coming up to half time. Steve Donaghy is number 4 from the Moy. That's another ambitious effort. There's plenty of height on that, and it's curling, and it goes wide. Certainly not afraid to have a go from distance. Now, kickouts have been an issue in this game. Dylan Foley looking to go long, but then that one's covered, so things better off it. But there's nobody short because of the press. Goes the other side instead. Looking for O'Bugley again, I think. Doesn't quite get him. And it breaks kindly. And that's well won, and they're very good at this, Ulster University. And that's great speed and going direct as well. This is Cush coming onto his right foot. Put one over from a 45 earlier, and he's got another one from play. And that's an excellent score as we come up to the half-time point, and it is a 2-point lead for Ulster University. And they have turned it round with a goal and 4 points in succession. And when they get into those little situations around the middle, 2 or 3 players combine really nicely. That's been an impressive part of the game. And they've taken their points nicely from distance as well. All their forwards can do that, as you would expect at this level. Connor's dad, Adrian, very much known for being a left foot specialist, but Connor's put 2 over off his right from a dead ball and from play. UCC will want to get in here at half-time. Billy Morgan will want to have a word with him, because after being in a really, really good position, they find themselves now 2 points down. So we're in added time at the end of the first half. Don't think there'll be too much extra. This is Lorden, wearing 20, but he started the game, I think, in place of Hartnett. They don't look like they've anywhere to go, so they come back out to Falvey, to Curtin. Damien Burke, the captain, gives it to Herlihy. They're just gone round the edges. They were taking scores really nicely in a period about 15 minutes ago, but that's all dried up. This is Falvey again. Lorden trying to get it to the shooters. Deneen from Rathmore and Kerry, and they don't get a chance to. Well, they got a chance, but they didn't take it, so the referee says, okay, time's up, and that is half-time, and it's ended up in a very favourable position for Ulster University. That seemed very unlikely at one point, because they were definitely struggling. They were 5 points down and nearly hitting the break for a second goal. Very close to going 8 points down, but a great save by Ronan McGeehan, the goalkeeper. And that kept it down to 5, and then they responded brilliantly with a fantastic goal from Danny Fullerton. 3 or 4 expertly taken points as well from the likes of Canavan and Cushion. Boys of a certain vintage will be reminded that that is a phrase that was used very often in the 90s as well. Canavan and Cush in the Tyrone forward line, and they've done the business tonight, the sons of the famous fathers, and it means that Ulster University are leading 1-7 to 1-5 in this 2024 Electric Ireland Sigerson Cup round 1 game at Abbotstown. The winners to play UCD, who this afternoon beat ATU Galway 122 to 1-5, and that means that the losers from tonight will play ATU Galway next week. Just checking your messages that have come through from that first half, so lots of them in there. Patrick Kennedy says, can you shout out to the UCC lads watching from the Lockhouse, UCC Abu? And someone else is looking for the team sheet. Well, they did put up the teams earlier on the social media, so you can go on there. John Murray enjoying the coverage of the games, watching from Roscommon. Thank you for the kind comments. And Cian Feely gives a shout out as well to Dominic Cronin. And who else have we got? Kieran Byrne enjoying the coverage. Yeah, that was from earlier on. So thanks for all those comments. Big crowd online watching the game. So we hope you are enjoying it and will continue to enjoy it in the second half. We'll be back in probably 7 or 8 minutes. That's about the length of time they take to come back out. But we will be back for the start of the second half. Just the officials out on the field here at Abbotstown for the second half. No sign of the players just yet. The referee tonight, Barry Tiernan from O'Dwyer's in Balbriggan in North County Dublin. And this is an opportunity to acknowledge and thank the referee and all of his officials, all the umpires and lines people as well. They do a great job, and it's great to see them all supporting the colleges, and indeed some of them get great experience during these games that help them later on. I remember David Goff, I think a few months ago, talking about that, and they get involved and get great experience and great knowledge with a lot of the lads in who go on to become senior inter-county players. So both teams coming out now side by side for the second half. Let's keep an eye and see if there's any changes. They're right down below me in the tunnel. I'm just checking the numbers at half time. Haven't seen anything different yet from the first half, so don't see any changes, and that's UCC down in front of you as our camera moves in on Billy Morgan and the players. Is that Billy out there? It must be Billy, isn't it? He must be there or pretty close by. He's always around UCC. 79 years old on the 2nd of February. Unbelievable. What a character and what a name around the college at UCC, and you hear the boys talking about him. They have such reverence for him, and he has delivered, and he always reminds them. He brought out one of his jerseys from the 1960s to inspire them, and of course a lot of these lads weren't even born in the last century, if any of them actually, come to think about it. So he's having a word with them at half time. I'm not sure that is Billy actually, is it? Keeping under cover anyway. Maybe it is. Anyway, let's get on with the game for the second half. And it's number 9 and number 2 in the middle for UCC. That's Cathal O'Buglan, number 9, and Bill Curtin, number 2. Well, I named it number 2, but he's played at midfield throughout the whole of the first half. So no big surprise there. But the surprise was the way Ulster University came back into the game when they found themselves 5 points down and now lead by 2. So UCC need to do something about that. As the referee Barry Tiernan gets us underway for the second half of this 2024 Electric Ireland Sigerson Cup Round 1 game between UCC and the red and black, and Ulster University in the white. Playing from right to left, UCC as you're watching, and that's Curtin again, just leaving it off to Dara Hayes, number 14, their full forward. The holders, of course, of the competition, UCC. Just checking your messages again on the live chat. We have a good audience watching online, enjoying the game here. Glad you're enjoying the coverage from the first half. Now into the second. That's a free in for UCC, and a bit of a groan, a group groan from the Ulster University defenders. Unhappy that they've given away a free, but it's by no means a gimme, although the referee is moving towards the goal. I wonder has he moved it in? No, he hasn't. He's just moving in to get a better view. So a free here. That must be Sean Quilter on his left foot over on that side. He took a few in the first half from that similar angle, put one beautifully over, missed another one. And he dropped one in short to the keeper and dropped one in that was palmed to the net for a goal. What can he do with this one? Second minute of the second half. Connects well, good height on it, and I think he's got it as well, and that's expertly over the bar by the man from Austin Stacks. Came on as a sub in the Sigerson final last year, and now he's brought it back to a 1 point game. Now let's watch this kick out. Ronan McGeehan, the Donegal man. Where's he going with it? Lots of movement out the field, as you can see on our wide camera there. He decides to go long, and he's looking for Cush. Cush made a brilliant catch in the first half, but not on that occasion. Curtin, always available to link it around the middle of the field, and Phelan puts it into the forwards, looking for Quilter again, who's now popped up on the left side. This is Falvey. Goes inside, little dummy, looked to give it to Curtin and then doesn't. And he's been faced up, and him and his man are having a little bit of silly stuff off the ball. And it's the number 7 McCartan, who's obviously been told in there, don't let these guys get past, and keep an eye in particular on this guy Curtin. He's a bit of a playmaker or linker, if you can use that word around there. But they're forcing UCC to come back out here. But a lot of good possession for Fionn Herlihy, the Cork senior. And off he goes. This is great work. A few give and goes in there, trying to see if they can get a equaliser here, but good tight marking, and they look to have turned it over. That's McCartan. He goes to ground, but referee says nothing wrong with that. Keep going. Shawnee O'Connor gives it inside to Falvey, and now he's bottled up, and they keep bottling him up. Now they also get possession, Ulster University, and defence comes out on top in the end. That's going to be the pattern for the second half. It's going to be a tough second half, especially if they drop the ball like that. That was Josh Largo Ellis there. He was able to recover. There's a man down, as you can see, getting a little bit of treatment, but Ulster University go on with the play. That's Steve Donaghy. When they've given it away, or rather, it's been one back for UCC, and Mark Cooper involved, Owen O'Sullivan rather, and he transfers the ball quickly before they can get back and puts a quick ball in there, and you saw who he was looking for, but it was overhit, and it's going to remain a 1 point game. But all the attacking is going from right to left in this second half from UCC. They've got 1 point to their name in the second half, but Ulster University defending stoutly. The first kick out went way over to the left and came straight back at them. No short options because of the press from the Cork College, so he goes straight up the middle, and he's looking for Jack Cunningham, the number 8, Spills, and they do get the possession in the end, and that's going to be a foul for the tackle from behind as well by Alan Deneen on Danny Fullerton. So a free for Ulster University, and that is giving them a little bit of respite. The midfielders for Ulster University stood up there. That's Cunningham and Oisin McCann from Killyclogher. That's Canavan with a lovely kicking style and beautifully taken as well. And Josh Largo Ellis, number 5, involved in the kick now, coming in, and has it gone over off the post? That's a beautiful score. Oh, that's definitely worth watching again. Well, we showed it just after the beautiful angled kick off the outside of the boot, but what a lovely flowing score and beautifully put over for Ulster University. And they've done really well when they've got into attacking positions like that. They've taken lovely scores, but that was a nice approach play as well and beautifully put over. I think it might even have been Ryan McGill, was it, the captain who was up there? I'm not quite sure, but either way, or was it Fullerton off that left foot that bulleted the goal in the first half? Hard to see from this distance, to be honest, but it is definitely a point, and it's 1-8 to 1-6. And Canavan, full of skill and style, and you just know that if he gets a chance, he can put it in the net as well. But we haven't seen that threat materialise just yet. But he might come into the game more. He scored 2 great points, as far as I know, and set one up there, and that's beautifully taken around the middle of the field for Ulster University, and it was the number 9, I think it was indeed, but the kick comes in and it's going to go to the left and it's going to go wide from Largo Ellis, but it was great work by Oisin McCann in the middle of the field to catch that ball, and it's a little period of Ulster University pressure now. Referee's going to hold us up a little bit here because we've a substitution for Ulster University, and 22 is coming on for them, and that is from Anaman, from Timor Shamrocks, that's Ronan McCaffrey. So 22, Ronan McCaffrey in for Ulster University. Now, is that number is very small in the jersey, but it looks like 8 indeed. It's Jack Cunningham who has gone off, the Carrickcruppen man. This is Curtin for UCC, and he's got in behind. Still a lot of white jerseys in front of him, but a chance now for Dara Hayes. Leaves it off to Curtin, who's just going to spread it out to the right, and from distance he hasn't connected well at all there. That's more of a Gary Owen, and it was nearly going to go out, but instead I think it'll be a 45, and indeed it is for UCC. So switch for Ulster University, just to repeat that. 22, Ronan McCaffrey in for Jack Cunningham. In fact, was that a free out given there? It wasn't a 45. Anyway, Ulster University have the ball. They're in a very good position. 2 points up against the holders of the competition. 7 minutes into the second half. And this is good work from them as well. Now, there's a challenge coming in there, and it was the number 7, Phelan, who saw that coming and nipped in there to steal that ball away. And now he's not only won the ball, but he's driving forward for his team and carrying it. And they're looking to get back. He looked like he was going to try and score himself, but instead he's laid it off. Game opening up a little bit. Not that it was that tight in the first half. There were some great scores, but it was the ability to take scores from distance that made the difference in the first half, as well as some slick interpassing around the middle, and that's what UCC are trying to do now. But you see there a little bit of tiredness there, and the ball just slips out of the grasp, and all of a sudden you've lost it. Tough football with a lot of press on as well. Now, this is the man who's come on. This is McCaffrey from Manaman, as is Josh Largo Ellis, number 5. He's from Irvinstown. UCC have won it back. Curtin's got it, but now he in turn has been turned over by a strong tackle by Ronan Boyle from True Gales in Monaghan on the border with Tyrone near Emmyvale. He's got it back for them, and there's a chance here for Loughlin. This is good, strong play by him. He's bursting through challenges and gets a kick away as well, but it's not going to do. Great efforts, great determination. Both teams so dangerous when they get into forward positions, or seem to have 6 or 7 players on both sides capable of getting really good scores. Not on that occasion. And UCC get it. Slow build up this time. 2 points each. It's gone all very quiet here in Abbotstown. Crowd not making too much noise and all very quiet on the pitch, but here comes the burst now. That's a good effort as well by Falvey, is it? No, it's gone well to the left. He got his kick away and he's taken a knock as well. And he may require a bit of treatment there. In fact, the physio is going on now. That looks quite nasty. So we're going to have a break here for a minute, I would say. And Billy Morgan down below me, I see, beckoning one of the substitutes to come out. So UCC realising they have to make a switch. He's got his tracksuit top on, so I don't know who it is, but wonder will it be tactical or a straight replacement for the man who's just got injured. So concern here for UCC and for Falvey from Anascall in Kerry. He hasn't moved in the last minute or so, which isn't a great sign. So just to repeat, there is a second chance for the teams here who lose in the first round. Round 2 is next week, but still, this is a big clash and you want to put down a marker. The management of UCC, a lot to think about. Billy Morgan, Brian Cuthbert, Paul O'Keefe, Charlie McLaughlin, Mike Toomey and Mick Reynolds. Now the battle around the middle of the field, oh, it's fallen beautifully into the arms of Largo Ellis there for Ulster University. Oh, and hold on a minute though, because the Skull and Crossbones have got it back rather easily too, and now Fionn Herlihy has got a chance with a lot of the white jerseys committed to attack. They're streaming back, but there's a chance here they might get in behind, but they've overplayed that. It's frustration at the moment for UCC, and remember, after what was it, about 20 minutes, they were 1-5 to 3 points, I think it was, wasn't it? Yeah, they were 5 points up. They've only scored 1 point since then, and we're now 11 minutes into the second half. They've really lost their way, or maybe the credit should be given to Ulster University for the way they have found their way. McGeehan, no short options. He's going to have to go up the middle again, and he does. He's looking for Cush. Oh, it's brilliantly taken though by Obugla for UCC. Chance for them. It's Herlihy looking for the return, gets the return but spills it and runs into traffic. Referee right on hand to watch this, and that's Ulster University who come away with it. Largo Ellis, number 5, always seems to be in the right place at the right time. This is good work coming out of defence. 2 Tyrone men, McCartan and Donaghy, Errigal Kieran and the Moy. 6 Tyrone men in the starting 15. This is McCartan again. To his right, he has a Fermanagh who came on as a sub and makes a nice move in off the sideline to take it diagonally at the run, a la Saka would do. This is Charlie Diamond. Oh, and he feeds a lovely ball into Niall Loughlin. Well, we've had Tyrone, Fermanagh, Derry, Down all involved. all the Ulster counties involved for Ulster University, and that's a fine score, and it gives them a little bit of breathing space. 3 points up, 13 minutes into the second half, and Loughlin in particular has impressed me with his finishing of either foot. UCC all to do now. 1 point for them in the last 20 minutes or so. They get a free, but they have not made any headway. You must be wondering, what if they'd taken that goal chance when they were 2 against 2? They went for the goal. I think it was Quilter, wasn't it? But great save by McGeehan. Would have put them 8 points up, and yet now they're 3 points down. This is Falvey, who's recovered obviously from his knock, but he's in trouble there. Manages to filter it back out. This is O'Connor. Gets a little bit of space and puts it over nicely. Just found a little pocket of space, got in behind. Another man in front of him took the wise option, and they needed that. That's only UCC's second point in about 20 odd minutes. But it gets it back to a 2-point game again. High press again. UCC going man for man, forcing McGeehan to go long around the middle. There's been some great fielding from both sets of players around the middle. Who's going to step up this time? Goes high again, and it breaks, and well watched by Curtin. He just sat at the back and waited for the big lads to go, and then gave it, and is looking to get it back as well. But instead UCC go across the pitch to the far side, and this is Mark Cooper from Crooks. Where have I heard the name Cooper and Dr. Crooks before? And that shot was obviously meant to go over the bar, didn't connect at all, and it gives Ulster University a chance to break. 2 points ahead. They're just keeping that lead that they had at half time. I'll be perfectly happy with that as we approach the last quarter of the game in the next 30 seconds. Nice little burst of pace there by the substitute, the man who came in, the Fermanagh man, McCaffrey, and that's a brilliant run by him, and he's drawn a foul as well. And this could be put over here. They have a few great kickers, and this could be a 3-point lead again, and McCaffrey will take the credit for that. That was a great burst of pace, direct through the middle and drawing the free, and that could turn out to be a very important score. Sub coming on for UCC, as I'm sure you can see in your shot there, and it's Conor Daly from Clonakilty in Cork. Daly from the same club as the number 4 Dan Peat. So a switch, and I think they're going to make a second switch as well. The man off for UCC is Owen O'Sullivan, number 10. And has that kick gone over? It has indeed. Beautifully taken, and it's a 3-point lead again, and Ulster University are just keeping UCC at arm's length. Now 32, would you believe, is coming on for UCC. Yeah, they've named all the way to 35. 32 is Dara O'Callaghan from Kilcummin in Kerry. So 32, Dara O'Callaghan, and I'm reading it like that because I'm writing it at the same time. Dara O'Callaghan and Conor Daly. So 2 switches for UCC. As the ball comes out around the middle, and McCartan watched it well for Ulster University. Does brilliantly to win it at the second time of asking, and burst through a tackle as well. That's good determined play by him. Fullerton, oh, great transfer across field as well, and opens the game up. And could this be another one? It could be a 4-point lead. I'm not sure if it's gone over though, and it hasn't. That's Ben McCarran. I fancied him to get that, but he just didn't quite give it enough. Well, I mentioned a Clonakilty man coming on. There's now a Clonakilty man going off. Dan Peat has come off for UCC. 3-point game, but could have been 4 there very easily. UCC have got 13.5 minutes to rescue this, but they know all about rescue jobs after coming through such a tough campaign of 6 games to win the Sigerson last year. Remember, they lost in the first round, and they could be going to lose in the first round again tonight, but they've time to rectify that. Now, he shot very well on the spin there, but he hasn't managed to get it on target there, Herlihy. He's from the home of the Sam Maguire himself, the Sam Maguires in Dunmanway, Dohenys, Cork senior, but he hasn't been able to make an impact there. So last quarter, And McGeehan, the goalkeeper, in no particular hurry at all. McGeehan again has to drive it up the middle. Let the big lads go at it, and it breaks behind them all as well. And this time UCC haven't guarded the house at the back, so McCaffrey is able to capitalise. And UCC in a little bit of bother here, 3 points down, and Ulster University have the ball and they're moving it around expertly. And McCaffrey there nearly dispossessed by the man who'd just come in, the number 32 O'Callaghan. But instead Ulster University have it. They might get a point, they might even get more here, and they're going to get a free in at least. And indeed the referee had given advantage, and there's another direct run through the middle of the defence that has drawn a free, and this should be a 4-point lead now. And last year's Sigerson winning captain Jack Murphy is on. Thank you for that, Jack. He says we're just a bit too passive in our build-up. Could do with some explosive pace and power from midfield areas like himself and Shane Merritt last year. Having said that, plenty of time left. Interesting points there, Jack. Thank you for that. Yeah, they just haven't had that pace to drive through. They've won a few good balls around the middle, but as I was saying about Herlihy, he just hasn't been able to make an impact. And a lot of that has been down to the Ulster University defence. They have coped extremely well, but yeah, the impact hasn't been there, apart from maybe a 10-minute spell in the first half. And I just wonder, and I'm sure they will wonder, if they had only taken that second goal chance and gone 8 up, but they didn't. 2 subs going on now for Ulster University, 17 and 25 into the play for them. So 17 is Emmett McGee. And McGee is from the Clan club in Armagh. And 25, I think it was, is Anton McParland. He's from the St Paul's club in Belfast. Beautifully taken from the kickoff. Now, Jack Murphy was saying they need a bit of pace through the middle. They don't go through the middle, but they have caught it and they have got it. But it's been a little bit slow, as you say, a little bit too passive. And yeah, Ulster University just set up very nicely, and then they come in there and nip in and take it, and they're going to try and break their hearts. That was McCaffrey, I think, and he tries to filter it through, but minding the house at the back at this time was Alan Deneen. So yeah, I think it was 25, so 13 has gone off. That's Danny Fullerton, and number 7, that's Peter Oak McCartan. He put in a great shift tonight for his team. McParland, if it is him, I think 25. I'll keep an eye out for that. He's from there he is now. He's on the ball indeed, from the St Paul's club in West Belfast. Now, where's this pace from UCC? Can they get through the middle? The 2 number 9s battling for it. Bugla does really, really well, but Ulster University have filtered a lot of men back, and this is going to be a tough last 10 minutes, and we are just into the last 10. For UCC, the holders, to try and pull this one out. But as we saw last night when we did the game at Belfast Queens against ECU, 2 goals in added time, so you never know. A couple of high balls put in there, and you never know what can happen. It's only 1 score. Well, 2 scores now, there's 4 in it, but this might bring it back to a 3. Is that going to curl in? It doesn't. Just, that's agonising for Sean Quilter. Better on the left foot, but connected well with the right, but just didn't bring it in enough, and it's just not happening so far for UCC. And they remain with just 2 points from that time. What was it, 21, 22 minutes into the first half, leading 1-5 to 3. And now they're 1-7. That's all they've got, just 2 points. They haven't had enough. And it's Charlie Diamond, wearing number 11, but plays quite deep for his team. This is Ben McCarran playing deep as well. It does show good strength to hold on to the ball and resist that challenge, and gets it to Ronan Boyle. Ulster University playing with a good degree of confidence at the minute. I think the way they recovered from going 5 down was very impressive and very important as well. They turned it around really quickly. UCC tried to turn that round quickly but can't, and that's going to be a free out for Ulster University. McCaffrey, he's been busy since he's come in. They do seem to be owning this game at the minute, the boys from the north against the boys from Cork. That's 17. Emmett McGee getting involved from Clan Éireann in Lurgan and County Armagh. They were without a Armagh man on the pitch there after Cunningham went on, but he's rectified that. This is McCaffrey. The rain has stopped, but as you can see, it's still quite slippy out there. Little change of direction. Charlie Diamond And Ulster University just controlling the game at the minute, not taking any risks. They don't need to, just eating up the time. They'll be very, very happy to come out of here with a victory. It hasn't always been a happy hunting ground for them. This is Diamond again. UCC looking to bring on another sub for the last 7-8 minutes or so. And it will be Conor Hayes, another Kerry man from Karen O'Rahilly's. So ringing the changes, but they need something a little bit dramatic. 4 points down. They were 5 up, they're 4 down. And Conor Hayes about to be sent in to try and do something about that. But it's Ulster University with the ball. And no great pressure from UCC, so much so that they even go back to their goalkeeper, their sweeper keeper, McGeehan. No real urgency being shown by UCC at the moment. Just waiting a chance to win the ball back, but they're not pressing for it, not really. Plenty of time though, so they won't panic, but they're now definitely 2 scores behind. And that is a free given away by Herlihy. The referee will allow that substitution. Number 25 that I mentioned, Conor Hayes, coming in. And UCC, I'm just watching off camera, have put number 32, Dara O'Callaghan, away back down to the right hand side in the defence. So a few tactical switches for them. .14 has gone off. That's Dara Hayes from Carbery Rangers in Cork. So Billy Morgan taking him off with 6 minutes to go. So quite a lot of changes in the second half, but the same pattern. Ulster University having the ball. This is Loughlin. He fancies it from a serious distance out, but he's put it to the left and he's put it wide. So a long possession time there for them, but in the end ends up in no score. But they've eaten up a lot of time, and now UCC are up against it. Just 5 minutes of normal time remaining. There'll be a little bit of added time because Falvey was down for a few minutes. This is Falvey. This is Dineen from Rathmore and Kerry, just over the border from Cork into Kerry. They need something special now. Dermot Phelan from Ahada over on East Cork, and they need a point at least, and they've got one. Well, that's much better from them. They bring it back to a 1-goal game, and it was Phelan at the centre of all that and left it off, and that's a nice finish as well. I'm not quite sure who got that score, if I'm perfectly honest with you. It was over that far side coming in. I'm not quite sure off his left foot. Was it Quilter again? Might have been. Or was it Shawnee O'Connor? I'm not quite sure. But anyway, they've got a point, and it's back to a 1-goal game in the last 5 minutes. Once again, McGeehan forced to go up the middle, but he goes sort of to the side of the middle, if you like, and it's broken kindly because Burke wasn't able to collect it, and instead McCaffrey, I think it is, got in there, and as he got the decision, he has got the decision. Actually, it's not McCaffrey, it's the 25. I thought it was 22, but it's 25, and that, of course, is Anton McParland, who came in a few minutes ago. Well, Burke seemed to have done well, the UCC captain, to win that ball, but he just couldn't get it into his grasp. McParland then managed to scramble it, and he was on the ground, and Burke was adjudged to have fouled, and the referee, Barry Tiernan, having a word with him now, and Burke may end up booked. He was very close to getting an important possession, but it sort of sums up the way things have been going for his team, that little cameo. A little bit unlucky, but McParland fought well for his team there, and has got possession again, and Ulster University will want to hold on again for a couple of minutes to the ball and just eat up the clock. So we're now down to nearly 3 minutes of normal time. It's beginning to look like UCC will need a goal to rescue it, but no better men for rescuing games. Went to penalties twice last year on the way to the Sigerson, and a couple of extra times as well in there. But they're leaving it late tonight. That looked a little bit risky by Ronan Boyle, but he had confidence in himself and got it to the goalkeeper, no problem. Press now coming in, and that is a good press, and McGeehan is caught now well out of his goals, and this is a chance because Quilter has it for UCC. There could be a dramatic goal. The keeper is backpedaling, rushing to get to his net, and he just about manages to get there and makes a great save. He just got back in the nick of time and they get it away, and that was a golden chance for UCC right at the end. But instead Ulster University have survived thanks to their goalkeeper Ronan McGeehan. And instead they at the other end might get a score. Referee says no foul. UCC have it again, and they can counter again. Now we have a game on. Into the last couple of minutes. 2 minutes of normal time, and UCC have upped the tempo. They need a goal. They're going for goal. Nearly got one. They'll take a point if they can get it. They don't. It's actually going to stay in. But it's Ulster University in possession. Thought he might have got done for over carrying there, but he measured it perfectly. And it's the captain, McGill, does enough and is fouled. And the number 7 goes down immediately, Phelan for UCC. He's taken a knock and he's gone straight off the field to the side. Let's see this save again. Oh, he did well, didn't he? Goalkeeper did well. I think it was from the 24, wasn't it, for UCC, Connor Daly. But the keeper, rushing back to the kitchen, so to speak, just managed to get there on time. Yeah, UCC man's gone off and it's cramp. He went straight over to the side and he's getting treated for it now, and they're stripping off one, maybe 2 men UCC, trying to get them on the field as quickly as they can, because at the minute they're down to 14. But it's also University with the ball at the other end, and Cush might put it over, and that could be the insurance score that wins it. The Donoghmore man put it over after a lovely spell of play again, and they have played some lovely football here tonight. And Cush, I make it, that's at least 3 that he's got. It was a super break. They did have the extra man, but still they needed to get it over the bar, and they played really nice football to turn this around. And it was Dara Canavan, of course, who passed the ball to him. He's come on in the last couple of minutes as well. So the 2 Canavan brothers on the field now. Kick out by Foley, straight up the middle. The big men go for it on. It's broken kindly for Ulster University, or you could say they read it better. But the man on the end of it was Donaghy. They're trying to turn the screw now. Steaming through the middle. They have Cush. They have one Canavan here who, is he fouled? No, he isn't, but he keeps possession nicely, and Cush tries to put it over, and has he got it? Oh, that's an absolute beauty. And the Canavan-Cush combination is rolling back the years. The famous fathers did it in the 90s. Now the 2 sons are doing it for Ulster University, and they now lead in added time by 5 points. Substitute coming on for Ulster University, number 24, and that is Aidan McAleese from Portland Owen in County Antrim. 29 is on for UCC, that's Dara Dorgan from Ballincollig. I'm pretty sure they put another sub on there as well. It might have been 27, Chris Keneally from Clonakilty. Anyway, on with the play, and a free for UCC. Nearly 1 minute played of added time. Might be another 2 minutes, I'd say, maybe. But they now need 2 goals, and that does not seem likely the way things are going. If only they'd taken that goal chance in the first half, or the one a few minutes ago. But overall, you have to say Ulster University have been well worth it. It's all come a little bit too late, even if they get 1 goal. Yeah, 27 is in there for UCC, I see that now. Not so easy to spot exactly who came off. They come off at different parts of the field, but they're back up to 15 against 15. So remember, UCC lost in the first round last year against UL, come back and beat them in the final. They're not beaten here just yet, though. If they can get a goal here, that'll put the cat among the pigeons. Point really will be no use. That's why they're working it through the hands. But there's a white wall there blocking the way in. Well, they're going to get a free, but I think they'll want to take this quickly and try and work it in to try and get a surprise goal. Quilter's coming over. He's maybe just going to pop it over, but it will only leave 4 in it. They'll still need 2 scores. Is he going to go low, maybe? No, he's going to take his point. 4 points in it then, but we're in the 63rd minute, and I think the game is up for UCC. McGeehan in no particular rush with a kick out. He's been forced to go long, but it's been a 50-50 game around the middle when he's put them out there, and on this occasion McCaffrey has gone for it, hasn't managed to get it. This is Dara O'Callaghan taking it quickly for UCC. Connor Hayes, number 25. And can they get men in and around the house? Can they get a goal manufactured here from somewhere? Seems unlikely. This is Curtin, Sigerson Cup winner last February. Surely the high ball is going to come in here, is it? Alan Deneen now. This is where the actual goal came from, a high ball. Now that one's maybe just another point, is it? Yeah, he has actually put it over. Well, that brings it back to a 3-point game. We're in the 64th minute, but they're banking on getting one more chance here and maybe trying to get a goal to force extra time. I did say they're the experts at rescues, but this would really be as good, if not top anything, and they just don't have time. There is a final whistle, and it is a significant victory for Ulster University, beating the holders of the Sigerson Cup in round one. Now UCC will not panic. They were beaten in the first round last year and came back to win it and beat the team that beat them, actually, UL. But tonight they have been well beaten, it has to be said, after leading by 5 points in the first half, and they had a goal chance to go 8 points up. Ulster University replied immediately and played extremely well in the second half to control the game, and were well worth their victory. They go through to play UCD. What a cracker of a contest that will be in round two. Ulster University against UCD, whereas UCC will now have to play ATU Galway in round two in the Electric Ireland 2024 Sigerson Cup. So the holders have been beaten here tonight. Some excellent scores taken from distance, some excellent scores, some brilliant goal mouth action, a brilliant save as well by Ronan McGeehan, the Donegal man on goals for Ulster University. Deserves credit as well. He made 2 great stops, one in the first half, one in the second. This is the one in the second. Both extremely important, obviously. And he takes a lot of credit. He had to step in for Oran Lynch this year and has done extremely well, the man from St Eunan's in Letterkenny. And Ulster University will be absolutely delighted with this victory. Not just that it has beaten the holders of the competition, of course, but that they have progressed to the next round. And I see the president of the GAA, Larry McCarthy, down in front of us. I did say he was at the game, and there he is in the shot now coming in. That is Larry McCarthy here. He always says, see me at a game, and he's true to his word. He's at the game here tonight, and good to see him supporting Ulster. Or rather, not, of course, not supporting Ulster. I was thinking Ulster Colleges. I was talking about that earlier on. Supporting higher education GAA. So fair play to him for coming out to see this game tonight. And thanks for the messages as well from Jack Murphy, the captain of UCC from last year, who lifted the famous Sigerson Cup. So I hope you've all enjoyed the game. We're going to wrap our coverage up there. Just maybe a little shot over to our left before we finish, because I want to just show you UCC and Billy Morgan in there and the rest of the management, and see what they're doing in there, because if anybody knows how to come back from a defeat, it's them. So they're laying it out to them and saying, this is where you need to raise it. This is what you did last year, but it doesn't just happen. So that's what's going on in there to that big UCC panel. The holders beaten tonight, but they're not out. From all of the team and Abbotstown, hope you enjoyed watching. It's been a privilege to bring you the live stream tonight. From all of us, it's goodbye.